Hey guys, welcome back to MU Sports TV, and this is where you get all the news concerning Manchester United. Guys, it is the match week, the game week 2. This weekend, as Chelsea already played yesterday, United are not playing today on Saturday, they're playing on Sunday, the late kickoff, and they are facing Fulham. After match day 1, where United lost 1-0 to Arsenal at Old Trafford. Fulham went to the Amex where they drew 1-1. A left goal from Rodrigo Muniz and the them a point away. So they are hosting us at the Craven Cottage on Sunday, the early kickoff. A game where I think we expect United to win. That is what the world expects, and that is how should be because we need to be different. We need to have a different result from the one we had last season. Uh, After a good performance overall against Arsenal, the only thing was missing was scoring those goals, and we need to take the game, or rather, we need to be consistent. And if play the same, not if, but we should play the same way we played against Arsenal. Press, have those possession, and we need to win against Fulham because at the moment Arsenal have 3 points, Chelsea have 4 points now, Liverpool have 3 points, City have 3 points, past 3 points. We need to have at least 3 points by the end of the match, our game week 2, because there's no way you are telling me that we are going to lose against Fulham. We're playing Fulham, then we're playing Burnley, then after that we are going for an international break. After that, we are playing City and Chelsea. So the maximum point we should have before facing Man City is 6 points. That means our next two games should be win, win, nothing more than that. Um, Ruben Amorim will be judged by the games he's going to win this season. And I tell you what, the English media are not shy of criticizing Amorim and putting pressure on him. And the fans also will start putting pressure on him because they'll be bringing those stats, those negative stats, game in, game out. So for Amorim, I think he's on a very, very tight situation now because things need to change. The results needs to change, and things need to start working on his favor. Because against Arsenal, tell me why United didn't win the game. I don't know. Somehow, Arsenal managed to sneak out of Old Trafford with 3 points instead. Guys, before I talk about the preview the match against Fulham tomorrow, I'm going to talk about the latest development we have in terms of transfer news. And yeah, a few days ago, guys, I told you that Manchester United are not going to pursue a new goalkeeper. That was the plan. That was what we knew, and that is what we were told because United were believed to be in the market for a new goalkeeper, where some goalkeepers were linked. United, they first made a loan move for Emiliano Martinez, where I think Aston Villa rejected because they wanted a permanent deal instead. United were not willing to pay at 40 million for Emiliano Martinez, so they move out of the race for Martinez. United were also believed to be interested in signing Gianluigi Donnarumma from PSG, but I think his wage demands are quite high, and United are not going to proceed with that deal. So after those two failed deals, guys, we knew United were not going to pursue any deals this summer in terms of signing a new goalkeeper because I think somehow the club were putting faith on Andrew Onana, Alti Bandir, and Tom Hinton. But the latest development we have now is that Manchester United are in active talks and they're advancing on a deal to sign Saint Lamens from Royal Antwerp in a deal worth 20 million euros, about 17.3 million pounds. That one caught us off guard because we thought United are in the market for a new defensive midfielder. And after Carlos Baleba's deal didn't go through due to Brighton's high valuation and refusing to negotiate, I think United opt out of the deal for now. But they remain in talks. They want to keep that positive relationship with Baleba's camp. United might go in for Baleba in the near future. That's maybe next summer. So after that deal didn't go through, United were linked with some other midfielders like Adam Wharton of Crystal Palace, Angelo Stiller of Stuttgart, also Luciane Agueme of Sevilla, also Martin Hodgmilan of Sporting CP. All these names were linked to the move to Manchester United, but nothing has materialized yet. What I know is that Ruben Amorim wants a first team player. He doesn't want a squad player. That means the next midfielder, the next defensive midfielder Manchester United are going to sign, it's going to be a McHugh signing, a top player. That is why Ruben Amorim doesn't want a squad player. He wants a first team player. That's why United are cooling their interest now in terms of signing a new defensive midfielder. So I know some fans are questioning whether Saint Lamens is going to be a first team player, or rather, I read a given note or rather post by a United page on X. It was talking about he was talking about Saint Lamens is going to be integrated into the first team instead. So I was asking myself, what do you mean by it's going to be integrated in the first team? Saint Lamens is a first team signing. Yeah, he is 23 years old. So were you expecting Saint Lamens to be on the reserves instead? Saint Lamens is going to be a first team signing, and I tell you what, it won't take long before he becomes our number one goalkeeper. Saint Lamens has done well with the role Antwerp. He's Belgium. He's a Belgium international as well, and somehow there's some comparison or other similarities between him and the current Belgium goalkeeper, that is Thibaut Courtois of Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois moved from Belgium league to Atletico Madrid when he was 19 years old, when he became their first goalkeeper. He moved from Atletico Madrid to Chelsea, and from Chelsea to Real Madrid. David De Gea, when he signed for Manchester United, nobody thought he's going to be our number one goalkeeper in the next maybe 5 years, but he came in. Ferguson trusted him and the board, and he was made our first goalkeeper ahead of the likes of Lindegaard, Lindegaard, if you remember, and so that was it, and he became our number one goalkeeper. So with the Saint Lamens, we have Andre Onana, we have Bandir, we have Eton. So if United are going to complete this deal, that means there'll be a fight for the number one spot where Saint Lamens is involved, Altay Bandir and Andre Onana. I tell you what, if Saint Lamens arrived in time, I think one of the two between Onana and Bandir might leave this season, this summer. So we wait to see what's going to happen. If United are going to finish this deal and Lamens is going to come immediately at this season, then I think maybe Bandir has a hard chance of leaving than Andre Onana. So Andre Onana is going to have a real competition in that number one spot. That means no more mistakes are going to be allowed. Last season, he was making the mistakes because he was the only one trusted. But if Saint Lamens is going to arrive in time, I think there's going to be a real competition, and maybe Onana is going to be serious for once. So back to Fulham. Yeah, we need to win, as I said earlier. And looking at the stats, the last time Fulham won against Manchester United at the Craven Cottage. This might cut you as a surprise, but yeah, it's true. The last time Manchester United lost to Fulham at the Craven Cottage was back in 2009, where United lost 2-0 away Fulham. That means since 2009, Manchester United have not lost any game against Fulham at Craven Cottage. Yeah. The last 5 games, they've met 5 times. The last 5 games, the competitive games, United have won 3 times. Fulham winning twice, one being the penalty shootout they won against us in the FA Cup last season. Last season, guys, we didn't lose any game against Fulham. I think the only team we did a double ag- against, yeah, I think Fulham is one of the few teams we had a double against them last season. We won both home and away at Old Trafford. We won 1-0, thanks to Joshua Zirkzee goal. At Craven Cottage, we won 1-0 again, thanks to Lisandro Martinez goal. So no goals conceded in the league. Two goals scored, 6 points, the maximum points received against Fulham last season. We'd hope the same, but maybe and change in the scoreline. Make it 3-4. We need to score goals, guys. I know Andonana made mistakes last season, but you're gonna tell me, yes, Onana made mistake last season. I know. We considered like 44 goals, if I'm not wrong. How many goals did we score? Tell me if we scored 70 goals and considered 44 goals, there'll be a positive goal difference. But we didn't score enough goals and we conceded enough goals. Like more than enough. 44 goals. It's crazy. So I talked about we need to start scoring those goals. These goals are important. And I made a reference that Liverpool conceded four goals against Palace and Bournemouth. But in those two games, they scored 6 goals. You know, they conceded 2 goals against Bournemouth, but scored four. So that tells you why we need to start scoring these goals. We need to start winning 3-4, 3-4, not just winning 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. We need to score these goals and avoid conceding easy goals. Sorry, conceding cheap goals. The one we conceded against Arsenal. Those are cheap goals that we need to stop conceding them if we are going to be competitive. So Ruben Amorim talked about the first team, the squad fitness, the team news yesterday on his pre-match press conference, and he said that only two players are going to miss the match against Fulham, and that is Lisandro Martinez, who is still recovering from his ACL, and Nasu Mazraoui, who is still recovering from his hamstring injury, if I'm not mistaken. So only two players missing, Mazraoui and Lisandro Martinez. That means we have a full squad. Ondonana is fit. Joshua Zirkzee is fit. They are going to be available against Fulham tomorrow. And he said he's going to make a decision on who is going to start in goal. There have been some rumors that maybe Andonana will start against Fulham, Bandril will start, Tom Hitton will start, but all the decisions lies with Ruben Amorim. But he said he is going to make a decision soon on who is going to start going to be who's going to be our first starter in terms of goalkeeper. And I think tomorrow the goalkeeper that will start, whether Onana, Hitton, or Bindir, he is the one to be given that first nod in terms of the selection. Because I don't think it's going to be risking starting different goalkeepers game in, game out. I know he's looking for the first team. He's looking for the first team so they can build that chemistry together. Our biggest issue last season was not having a first team. We have different team sheets, game in, game out. So there's no way we are going to build that chemistry, mixing or rather changing our team sheets week in, week out. We need to have that fast squad. And that is what Amorim is looking for at the moment, and he's going to make a decision soon. With now the attack, we have Domo, Kyonya, Sesko arriving. With now Selamens coming in as well in that goalkeeping department, it's going to be competitive. I'm so happy that Mount is doing well. Yeah, he has improved. I watched him in preseason. Also, he did well against Arsenal. So maybe not. Amorim can shock us and bench Sesko again. But I think it's time for us to start seeing our striker. He needs to start playing these matches to be to adapt quickly. So I think Sesko must start tomorrow. Maybe Mount Zirkzee will be on the bench for that strong squad depth because we need to have a strong bench. Amorim talked about having the strong bench. Having that a strong bench, sometimes it is a good sight to see. Thanks for watching, guys.